everyone, it's Loretta. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for finding me. I do have a little Pomchi named Chloe. She's fast asleep right now. Just really quick, we like to go camping, backpacking when we have time. We love the beach. We love exploring. I love cooking and baking, and I'm going to share with you a recipe here that I love to make when it's cold. And with that said, if you're new, welcome again. Please like, subscribe, leave me a positive comment. Have you made elk stew? So what I've done already, I'll bring you down here. I've already pre-chopped my potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes, just little cubes. Carrots that were already baby carrots, basically they're already pre-washed. I did go ahead and rinse them again. Then I have a little 5 cloves of garlic, half of a white onion, probably 3 stalks of celery, and then I think that's all in here. I have a parsnip because parsnips go well with elk. And it's really simple. I mean, it looks like this. You just take a peeler, and if you can see, get that knife out of the way. I'll just peel it. It's like a carrot. Basically, you peel the parsnip like a carrot. And you could leave the skin on, but for this, I'm just gonna peel it. Go. Okay, with the parsnip, all I'm going to do is do a rough chop. And take that end piece off. You should be able to see that, I hope. And this just gives a nutty flavor to the stew, a more earthy flavor. And I'm not the best knife cutter person in the world, so I apologize for that. I'm getting better though. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to my bowl of veggies that's gonna go into the stew. Cut up the big pieces like so. Go. And then I have a turnip. So they look like this. And again, they have a little purple on the end. Again, you can peel them with a peeler. And this also gives a little bit of earthy flavor, nutty flavor. Really good flavor, actually. If you're unsure about the parsnip and the turnip, try it. Don't be afraid. Try new things. Cooking, that's what it's about. Try new things. Get all of our peelings out of our way. Go. Alright, and then simple cut down the middle. And it looks like it's just a root vegetable. Nothing to be afraid of. If you've never tried it, I recommend you try it. Cut off the ends. And just like a potato, cut it up. Put it in your bowl. Same with this side. Cut off the little end here. That one's pretty much gone. There we go. And typically this stew, it only takes 2 hours at best to cook. And you can freeze a lot of it for later meals if you want. So I'm all done, except I do have a leek. We'll get to that later. And I'll show you about my celery leaves. A lot of people are afraid about celery leaves. So here we go. This is my elk, Murphy's Market. Go ahead and this out here. Oh yeah, look at that. Rinse my hands off real quick. Paper towel. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Let's just see what we have here. Oh yeah, not much to do because they've already cut it up for me. On me, slice a couple pieces a little smaller. But elk is a very lean meat, as you can see. Leaner than beef. I'm just making sure I don't have too many big pieces here. And what Murphy's Market in Trinidad, they'll take all of this stuff and they'll grind it into hamburger. And then with the hamburger, sorry about that, with the hamburger you can then add sausage and everything and make a hamburger patty, meatloaf. It's endless. It is endless. So I'm going to bring it back down. It's just going to be a simple seasoning here. So we're going to take some black pepper. And elk does not like venison. Venison to me, it's only my opinion, but to me it tastes gamey, but elk doesn't. A little bit of sea salt, not much in my recipe because I do use other ingredients that have salt. I've already put oil. I've already put oil in my pan, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Because what I'm going to want to do, I'm going to try and do everything in one pan, and we'll see how we go. Some people will use flour to season their or coat their meat, like stew, beef stew, whatever, and douse it in flour. We're gonna try mushroom gravy mix. Don't know how it's gonna come out, but it's a just. It's a just. So with that said, I'm gonna bring it back down here. All I'm doing, it'll act, I'm hoping, like a thickener. It should be like a thickener, and it looks kind of like that with the dried mushrooms inside. Speaking of mushrooms, I do have fresh mushrooms to put in here. Okay, get your hands messy. I'm just gonna mix this all together. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit messy. Our oil might be ready. It's gonna be messy, so wear gloves if you have them. I don't. And we'll just rinse off our hands. So let me grab up our mushrooms as this is warming up. And I have a variety pack from Safeway. Oh, by the way, let me tell you something here. So I had enough points earned on my Safeway app to get a 2-pound pack of the baby cut carrots. $3. I got those for free. The celery bunch was 27 cents. 27 cents. Normally it's like $2. The leek, I think I paid, I want to say I paid 98 cents for it. Normally they've gone up. You can normally get a bundle of 3, but for single, that's all they had. They were charging almost $2 for one leek. Insane. So this is ready. We're gonna go ahead and put our meat in here. And all I'm looking for is to brown the meat. All right, let me rinse my hands off again. Go, I'm gonna get rid of this cutting board. Pull down a new cutting board. There we go. Garlic. This, because I want to show you, because a lot of people, when they make a stew or they get celery, they throw this out, the leaves of the celery. Don't do that. This is flavor, everyone. This is awesome flavor. Use it. Please use it. So I'm just gonna let this brown. I don't know if you can see that. But you probably might get the gist of it. And with the oil, I use a vegetable oil and probably about 2 tablespoons worth. That should be enough to get it good and started. Oh, it already smells so good, everyone. While that's browning, we are going to wash my knife here. All right, a leek. It's if you've never used a leek before, that's okay. It kind of reminds me of a mild onion or a shallot, like a oversized green onion, maybe a spring onion. And you just want to slice it up, and it's going to look like that in the center. Okay, there we go. And then these pieces are kind of rubbery. You kind of want to just toss those out a little bit. I'm going to chop up this lettuce here, or celery. And again, it's just a rough chop. Don't toss out your leaves on your celery. They're great flavor. All right, give this a quick stir. Oh yes. Okay, we're almost ready to get to the next stage here. I am using oyster mushrooms. I'm going to give them a rinse. And we're going to give them a quick chop. They will go into, of course, the stew. They add an earthy balance to the elk. All right. We are done with the knife, so we'll go ahead and put that out of our way. I'm going to put the mushrooms back in here. I'll use the rest of those mushrooms for a different dish. Just another stir. All right, so what we're looking for, you just want to brown it. You don't want to overcook it because it's going to continue to cook. Oh yeah. You just want to get a little bit of color, if you can see that. I hope you can. Just a little bit of browning, not much. Okay, so I have unsalted beef broth. Shake that up. All right. I'm going to pour that. Pour that all in there. Alright, get that out of our way. Now we're going to take our vegetables. Again, we have a parsnip, a turnip. We have maybe 2 or 3 small handfuls of baby carrots, like that. We have 3 stalks of celery, which we got a good deal on, half of a white onion, 5 cloves of garlic, and 1½ russet potatoes. These are all gonna go in here. Like so. Alright. Then we're gonna add our leeks. I'm gonna add water to this too. I'll get to that point here in a minute. Alright, for the flavor, our celery with the leaves. Save these leaves. They really, really add the flavor. I don't understand why people throw them out, but they do. So, with that said, I'm gonna get some water. And because our pot's already hot, we're gonna get hot water as best as we can. Get the hot water hot. Yeah. Alright, and you want this to come up just above the vegetables, which one of these, I do believe it's a 16 ounce. So we use 1 32 ounce beef broth and a 16 ounce cup of water. Your moisture in the moisture in the vegetables is going to pull out more water, so you don't want to get it too overflowing. So to this, I have a mesquite liquid soak. Now this stuff goes a long way, a little bit, just like, sorry about that, one like that, just a little bit, because this stuff is very potent. It really is. My favorite, the Shire sauce. Here we go. This, I'll just add about 2 tablespoons, maybe a tablespoon and a half. Parsley, because I love parsley. Sprinkle that around. Oh yeah, it's already smelling wonderful. Sage, because sage does go well with elk. And sage, because it is ground, you don't want to use too much. Or they're calling it rubbed sage, but it's technically ground. Rubbed is like, oh, it's got to be more fancy so we can charge more. No, it's simply ground. Garlic powder. But yes, sage is very potent. All right, that's not rosemary. Rosemary. There we go. And this is gonna cook for at least 2 hours. So while it's cooking, I will put our I cannot talk, our oyster mushrooms in towards probably an hour, towards the end of cooking, maybe half an hour, because they will not take long to cook. As you can see, they once you cut them up, they're kind of fragile in a way. So we're just gonna leave them here. I do have 1 more packet of mushroom gravy, because again, sometimes I'll use flour to thicken up my stew, but I thought, why not try this? It'll give more umami, more flavor, just a texture, just different. It's just different. So with that said, everyone, I will be making some Jiffy corn muffin. Yes, but I'm making it in a little tiny little loaf pan. So that'll be later. I am going to, however, add a little bit more black pepper. And I'm not doing salt. Actually, I am going to do salt. Just a tiny bit. It's sea salt. I don't cook with anything else but sea salt. Sometimes maybe the pink Himalaya salt, but I'm trying to get salt out of my diet, basically. So with that said, give it a stir here. Get all the seasonings down inside there. Oh, man. I wish we had smell-o-vision. All right. Look at all that. Isn't that pretty? All right. So we're going to move this out of our way. See if I can't bring you over here where you can see maybe a little better. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous already? Oh, man. All those vegetables, all that beautiful browned elk meat. Oh. Oh. That's amazing. So yes, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, because I love to share stuff like this, everyone. And you can go back through my videos and see why I created this channel, and check out my other recipes. Check out our adventures, because Chloe and I, we love to go on adventures when we have time. And we had an amazing adventure, everyone, at the Trees of Mystery. Oh my goodness, let me tell you. Trees of Mystery, if you haven't been there, Klamath, California, Del Norte County, on the coast, beautiful. You get up in the trees, you can actually see the ocean from where you are up in the trees. There's a gondola ride, there's a suspension bridge. We had so much fun. And yeah, Chloe was in her little backpack that I put on my chest, and she rides in here, and yeah, she did very good. So anyway, I'm gonna put a lid on this, and if I can find my lid, let's see here. I have to find my lid. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's how tired I am. Put a lid on it. Bring it up to boil. Once it's boiling, you want to then reduce the heat down to about low to medium, just a simmer, and let it cook for a couple hours. That should be good. And I was at Safeway and I found a really cool potato. Check this out. It grew like this. Like, it's pretty cool. And what's funny is I have a friend that works there, and he said that they've put this potato on top of the stack of single russet potatoes for the last couple days, and nobody's taken it. And here I come along, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I got to share that. I really like that. And he's like, thank you for buying it, because we didn't think anybody would want to buy it because it looks different. Just because something looks different doesn't mean it's not going to taste the same. So, pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so this is going to simmer up. Once it's up to a boil, which is getting there, then it'll simmer for 2 hours. Then we'll make our cornbread, and I'll bring it back. I'm not going to keep you all that long. So, yes, elk stew with root vegetables. Isn't that pretty? All right, y'all. Gotta go. Bye.